Alright guys, well, if you're seeing this, it's officially for sale. Just wanted to do a quick little video, showed you a little driving impression, how it's running. So yeah, we're going to be putting it for sale. My truck is in the shop right now. My new one, just getting some things done to it that I wanted to get done. And a little preventative Kenworth maintenance, preventative PACCAR. Well, it's a Peterbilt, but preventative PACCAR maintenance with the cooling lines that go into the EGR block. Those who know. So we're getting that taken care of, and a couple other small little odds and ends. But anyway, so this truck now, like I said, I'll be hopefully on Monday. Today's Sunday the 29th. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be swapping this back out at the shop and taking my new truck home and leaving this up at the shop. I'm gonna have them do a few things to this truck before I sell it, just out of respect for whoever buys the truck. I don't want to, leave them with things to do on it. So I'll tell you right now, I'm going to have the shop put a new exhaust manifold gasket on the truck. Cylinder 3 exhaust manifold is leaking a little bit of soot, leaking exhaust right there. So I'm going to have them put a new gasket on. What else was there? The step. They're going to fix the step on here too. So the step will be fixed. And I've been having trouble with the driver's side windshield washer fluid nozzle. It's not shooting out any washer fluid. So I'm going to have them look into that. And yeah, that's about it really. I'll walk you around it here. Pretty solid truck. You got some paint chips here, but that's not a big deal. This light right here, that light isn't working all of a sudden, so I'll get that fixed. I literally just washed this truck, and then as soon as I got out of the truck wash, it started raining. The steer tires, these steer tires are brand new. I had the steer tires put on when we did brand new kingpins. So it's got brand new steer tires, brand new kingpins. The steer tires, just an FYI, it's not a big deal. The steer tires, because we couldn't find 11R steer tires in the brand I like, the Firestone. So these are obviously 24/5 wheels, but the steer tires are 285 75R instead of 11R tires. So there's tiny bit less in diameter than the drives, but that's, just, it does not hurt anything. You can't even tell. If I hadn't said anything, you probably wouldn't even know until you really paid close attention to the measurements. But yeah, this step will be fixed. You got your battery shut off down there. Really, the only ugly spot on this truck is back here. This is where I hit that spray can that was in the middle of the road. I'm sure it could be dealt with without too much of an issue, but I did not deal with it soon enough before it became what it is. But I do have the paint code for this exact color. Got a little bit of surface rust here on the frame, but it's solid as can be. The front drive axle tires are, I'd say, about 50% tread left still, maybe even a little bit more. And the rear axle is about, I'd say 40 to 50% on the rear axle. And of course, you've got this stuff here. It's got all new drive shocks, so all new shocks on all 4 drive tires, or all 4 drive locations. Now right here, the APU. There's a possibility I might see about taking the APU off if you don't want it, but it just depends on if my shop can do it or not, or somebody nearby. I don't want to have to take this all the way to Chicago, where Green APU is, just to have it taken off. But there's going to be two prices, a price with the APU and a price without the APU. The price, well, let me just finish showing you the truck here. As you can see, there's, you know, no leaking, no drips. The truck's been shut off now for a few minutes. I'm just dropping off the paperwork here. Again, this other new steer tire. That's a really good tire. I'm a Firestone guy when it comes to steers. I love these Firestone tires. I've put them on both of my trucks that I've owned. I'll probably be putting them on my new truck here fairly soon. Now let me just pop the hood. I'm not really going to show you around the inside too much right now, just because it's messy with my personal belongings, but it's solid inside. I'll start it up here in a second too, so you can hear how she sounds. It's got new belts. Both belts are brand new. This thing has a lot of, oh yeah, it's also one other thing it's got that's brand new. I mean, the part itself isn't new, but the entire driveline on this truck has been balanced. So I had the whole driveline taken apart and had it sent out to a shop and balanced both drive shafts, or however many, you know, balanced the whole driveline. We'll just say that. And it's got all new U joints. Every single location has brand new U joints, and the yoke on one of the drive shafts was replaced, so it's good to go for a while. AC blows cold. I might have an issue with my high pressure switch, and I'll have the shop look at that, because it's been kicking the fan on more than usual. So it might be something going on with the high pressure switch, but again, no big deal. Of course, it's the Acert, so compound turbos. The engine itself has 600,000 miles on it. So the engine was rebuilt 600,000 miles ago with paperwork. See, nice and clean. I had to put it, this was the original oil filler cap up until like a week ago, a couple weeks ago. My shop did a service on the truck and they didn't put the cap in there all the way, and the cap blew out. Got oil everywhere. Didn't lose that much oil though. It was still on the full mark, thankfully. But I had to go find a new oil fill cap right there. So it's not the original yellow like the other one was. It's got new U joints on the steering column here. Yeah, let me go ahead and start her up here real quick. like I said about these lights, I've got a spare bright and a spare dim. Okay, so what I was saying was my phone cut me off. I don't know why. It just took the liberty of saying, nope, you're done. So I went ahead. What I was saying was about the lights. I have spare lights for the front, and typically that's not really a talking point when you're selling a truck like this, but it's like a $520 value. Each one of those lights are 260 bucks. And I've got a dim and I've got a bright. They're unopened in the box under the bunk. So they're, you know, comes with the truck, obviously. I don't have a use for them anymore. So anyway, and then also too, this thing right here. This obviously comes with it because it's specifically for a Caterpillar for this truck. The thing is, it will power up. It's been acting weird. Well, it started acting weird. And it will power up, but then it won't read any live data on the truck. It'll just really won't do anything. You can kind of go in there and play with the settings a little bit, and that's about it. I called PDI, and they told me it needed a new cord, because this damn cord right here, that's a $55 cord is what this cost. 55 bucks. So they said needed a new cord, because as you can maybe see, there's a lot of little... Again, this phone is about to go straight into the garbage. I'm really trying to stay calm here. They just did it again. Okay, so what happened, what I was saying was, this cord here has a bunch of, whatever you want to call them in there. I can't think of the term now. Contacts, whatever. And so it's not just a typical, you know, C port type of cord. So I had to buy new. They said it was new. It needed the cord because obviously, you know, one of those in there could have gone bad, and that's why it wasn't reading the live data. So I said, okay, cool. Get out of the truck here. So I said, all right, cool. Go ahead and ship me a new cord. So they did. Plug the cord in, the new cord, same thing. But then later that night, I realized that my e-logs weren't working, and the dash cam that is connected in through the e-logs isn't working, or wasn't working. So, but then see, like how how this works in this truck is, you know, it plugged into the extra connector, because the e-log plugs into the port up here, right? So it plugs into the extra connector right here. And here's the PDI connector, and it plugs in right down here. Yeah, I know, I really need to, like I said, I vacuumed the floors back in the back yesterday, but I need to sweep this out. But again, that's no big deal. So I went ahead, you know, I unplugged this just to see what would happen. And as soon as I unplugged this, my e-logs and my camera started working. So I'm willing to bet that the problem lies within this this port here. So, you know, I just didn't really want to spend the money on another one. I'm like, I was just like, screw it. So the device itself works. It powers up, so it's fine. But I bet you if you bought one of these, it'll work for you. And this whole thing is about a $2,500 system. About 2,500 bucks is what I paid for this PDI Big Boss tuner. So yeah, like I said, if you ordered one of those, it'll probably work for you. I wouldn't see why not. Like, it's got a new cord, and so I'm assuming it just needs a new 6-pin adapter. All right. But yeah, guys. All right, so anyways, on with the price. Like I said, there's possibly two different prices. One price will be with the APU, and one price will be without the APU. But that's all, that all depends on if somebody down here or my shop, you know, can take out the old APU. If somebody doesn't want the APU with the truck. So anyways, with the APU, because keep in mind, this APU is brand new still. The APU has only got, I mean, it's a few months old. It's not very old at all. Great running APU. It does have quite a few hours on it for as little time as I've had it. It's already got about just under 1,000 hours on it. But it starts up every time. Never had an issue with it. Does a great job. Doesn't burn a drop of oil. So with the APU, and again, that was $12,500 is what that APU cost. So again, the truck with the APU would cost $75,000 or best offer. That's kind of what I'm looking for, $75K or best offer. If I'm able to get the APU taken off and you want it without the APU, then the cost of the truck would be about $65 or best offer. That's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, keep in mind, I said or best offer. So that doesn't mean I'm exactly, stuck on that price. But I mean, yeah, the tires are good. You'll see there's a little bits of spots here where there's a little cupping. And that was from when the truck was out of alignment for a short bit of time. But they're evening back out. So since like I said, it's had, it's got good alignment now. This tire right here is probably the worst tire as far as tread depth goes, even though they're all the same tire and probably about the same. I would imagine they're all the same age. But it's still great. I mean, it's still got a good amount of tread on there. So yeah, like I said, pretty solid. Green APU is a solid APU. Yeah, guys, it's a good truck. It is a good truck. I drive this thing about 3,300 miles every week, and I've never worried about it. I've never thought that, oh man, it's going to leave me stranded. It's never done anything like that to leave me the slightest bit worried. The one check engine light that I've had on this truck was a loose connection on the the IVAs. There was on the IVA oil pressure sensor. There's a loose connection on that, and I just unplugged it and plugged it back in, and it was fine. So it hasn't thrown that light again. So that's good to go. Yeah, but I mean, it's a good truck, guys. It is a good truck, and these are trucks that will hold their value. They really will. I've put a lot of money into this truck since I bought it, and it was a good truck when I bought it. So yeah, like I said though, there will be some things I'll have the shop take care of when I drop it off there. So that way it'll be a good solid truck to whoever buys it next. So I'd say that the price I'm asking is pretty fair. Especially considering on the high price that includes that APU. And I mean, anybody that wants to try to tell me that I shouldn't include the APU in the price of the truck is you're an idiot. So far I don't think anybody has or anybody will. But if that is your attitude, if you think I should not include the price of the APU into the cost of the truck, you're an idiot. If you want the truck with the APU, that's the cost of a car. That's the cost of a good used car, that APU. So, I mean, that APU cost more than my Jeep that I just sold. It cost more than the Jeep did when I bought the Jeep, 2 years ago. So that, of course the APU is going to add value to the truck quite a bit. So, and not to mention with the APU, it takes away idle time on the truck. So, I mean, granted with, since it's a pre-emissions truck, I know someone's going to argue, it's not pre-emissions because it's the Acert and it's got the compound turbos and it's got the IVAs and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? This truck does not have a EGR cooler. It doesn't have DPF. It doesn't have, any of that crap. So it is still a pre-emissions truck. It was more of a pre-emissions truck in 2005 than any other 2005 truck. Every other 2005 truck utilized a EGR cooler. This doesn't. But yeah, as you saw, when you get on it really hard, when you rev it, it shoots out a little bit of black smoke out of the exhaust. But that's about it. Yeah. Dang it, I like this truck. I do. I just don't want to hire a driver. I don't want to deal with hiring a driver and hoping that they know how to drive this truck, because this truck takes a special person to drive one of these trucks. It really does. I love driving it, but it's a great truck to drive. It would make sense to somebody, depending on their application, to drive it. You know, flatbed work, stuff like that, heavier haul, all that kind of stuff would make more sense, and it would be more applicable to that facet of trucking than what I do, in my opinion. It's got the covers still too. I do still have the covers. They're they're under the bunk. I took the covers off so I could monitor the hubs, make sure they didn't leak. But all right, guys, 75K with the APU, 65K without the APU. Let me know. Take care, guys. And remember, keep surviving to thrive out there. Catch you all next time. And I will show the truck here soon. I will. Like I said, I haven't wanted to do anything with that truck yet, because it's still getting a couple things done at my shop. They did a lot for me at the dealership. But the thing I'm doing right now is more of a preventative maintenance thing. So they actually said they would do it for me. But on the house, but they had a long wait, and they weren't going to put me to the front of the line for that. So I was like, all right, I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll take it somewhere and have it done. And they actually gave me the parts that I needed on the house, so I didn't have to pay for the parts. So that's cool. But yeah, they took care of me. So yeah, I'll do a reveal on that truck once I actually get my hands on it and we're good to roll with it. So anyways, guys, y'all have a good one out there and keep surviving to thrive. And I'm going to go home. So we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. And also, I guess, too, if you're interested in my truck, I should probably give you a way to contact me. Contact me at, let me make sure this is still recording. Still recording, all right. Contact me at Carnes Family Express at gmail.com. Carnes Family Express at gmail.com. That's CARNES Family Express, exactly like it sounds. So, yeah, if you're interested, let me know. And the truck does too, I wanted to mention, it does still have a loan on it. So, we'd have to, deal with it through my bank. The bank is First Business Bank. I think that's what they're called. They're out of Wisconsin. So it's something like that. First Business Bank or something like that. Oh, so anyway, yeah, we'll have to, just to deal with that. But no big deal. Again. All right, guys. See ya.